Hey beautiful people, welcome back to another surprise rice themed video. This is one of my favorite uses of leftover rice since I eat it a ton and it's always sitting in my fridge, and I use this recipe to feed my girlfriend all the time. Fried rice is a personal favorite, but this is a fun spin on it. With relatively little ingredients and an open mind, let's get into today's video. Firstly, you're going to need the following ingredients. About 2 to 3 cups of leftover rice. I use brown rice, but white rice, jasmine rice, whatever's in your pantry is going to work just fine. A tablespoon each of brown sugar and honey, which I've conveniently placed in this bowl. About half a tablespoon of chili powder and chili flakes to your liking. I use a little bit more than usual, so it's a little bit more spicy. You can also put those in the same bowl. About half a tablespoon of dill weed, as it adds a nice fresh taste, and also freshly ground black pepper. Lastly, you can add about a teaspoon of ground ginger, garlic, and chili garlic crisp into the same bowl. Mix them all together until a thick paste reminiscent of sand starts to form. Put this aside for now. For vegetables, it's relatively simple. Secure a few green onions and remove the unwanted leaves. Cut off the root end and save those that you can plant them in your garden so you can have unlimited green onion in the spring and summer. Slice off the white ends and separate the leafy ends and then make them into a nice fine dice. You're going to want to separate those white ends and then you're going to take the green ends. The white end's going to be used for the cooking while we're going to use the other part probably for garnish. For the liquid component of the sauce, it's relatively simple. Get out a measuring cup and you'll need about a quarter cup of soy sauce, dark or whatever is in your pantry, and about the same amount of any neutral cooking oil. I use canola, but whatever is in your pantry is fine. Olive oil works just well. Grab your spicy sand mixture and stir it into the liquid. Stir mostly until homogeneous. It's not going to come together, but we're going to get there. Nuke it in the microwave for about 30 seconds, and impatiently do some dancing hands or maybe play around with something until your microwave beeps, and then mix it all until it comes together. Adjust any seasonings as needed. Add your own spin on the dish and add any leftover proteins you have kicking around. Now, with everything ready, let's move over to the stovetop. Get a non-stick pan on the stove and spray a few tablespoons of oil into it. Heat it over medium heat. Get 2 eggs out from the fridge and crack it into the white ends of a green onion. Mix thoroughly into a bowl and then add it to the pan and stir fry until you form a good scramble. If you want a bit more runny, that's also fine too. It will come together eventually. Once complete, remove it into a bowl. Then we're going to add in a few more tablespoons of oil back to the pan. The purpose of this is that if you leave the egg in, it's going to become overcooked and a little rubbery, and I don't think anybody really enjoys airline food eggs. So, add your leftover rice back into the pan and then mix it up and heat. After a minute or two heating it up, add in your sauce. Now this is where I will say, I made too much for the amount of sauce I had, but luckily I like my food with a little extra sauce. So you can do as I say or as you see here, but make sure you mix everything until it's all coated and save the rest, or just freestyle it. You can always keep the leftover sauce in your fridge for about a week, add in your egg mix from before, and add in the rest of the green onions so you get a bit more of a fresh and pronounced onion flavor, and continue to stir. Once everything looks like it's coming together, turn off the heat and let it sit for a minute. This is really important because the rice will act as a sponge and start to absorb everything back into it. Grab a bowl and ladle it in. Garnish with the leftover green onion from before, sesame seeds to make it real pretty, and optionally you can always put furikake seasoning on top. I love this stuff, it goes with everything. Make sure to try it out on your own and add your own spin on it, and appreciate the many facets of flavor that rice can take. Let me know what you think about this recipe in the comments and try it on your own sometime. And until next time, stay hungry and stay curious.